Because you mentioned the intimate scenes, I feel like that can leave actors feeling a little bit vulnerable on set. Would you just completely leave it to the director, or would you actually go and see how the take looks on the monitor?
You know, I didn't look at the monitor ever for those scenes because I knew I was going to panic. I knew I was going to be like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't going to be able to perform as well.
Hi everybody, my name is Sakshma Srivastav and I hope that all of you are happy and healthy. Adaptation of a best-selling novel, 56 Days, follows the story of Oliver and Ciara's thrilling romance that tragically ends with murder. As detectives start investigating, they try to figure out whether he killed her or she killed him, or this is a third person whose unidentified body is rotting in a bathtub. Joining us today is the lead cast. Please welcome Dove Cameron and Avan Jogia. Namaste.
Hello.
Namaste.
You both look so good. You both are sculpted people whose gene needs
for
to
like
be
an
studied.
office chic sort of thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, incredible show, incredible performances. I was so impressed by the both of you. I'm going to come to each of you, of course, but ladies first. Coming to Dove, of course, the character is from the book, but I feel like the portrayal of an actor is always a combination of the book version and how you breathe life into the character. So were there any creative liberties you took to bring Ciara to the screen for the show?
Good question. I read the book after I had accepted the show, and I worked a lot with our first director, Alethea, to sort of infuse Ciara with what I perceived to be a darkness. That's a very general term, but like there was so much first person POV in the script of her explaining her feelings to the reader. Not really, but like, you know, you were able to humanize her from the very beginning. And in the show, we don't want that, right? Like, we don't want to be able to understand these people from the very beginning because you're building all this tension and all of this mystery around them.
You don't want to know whose POV you're in.
You don't want to know whose POV or who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. Yeah. And so I think I took some liberties with just sort of infusing her with a little more things that don't really go together, so that you as the audience would always be like, I don't know who she is until like the very end, you know? So just a little more humanity in some ways, but then less in others. Yeah,
humanity, but less relatable. Yeah, it's interesting.
No, you're right, because I did not know who I was rooting for. I don't know who's dying. I don't know who's killing somebody. So it was very well done. Like, I love you, but I hate you, but I don't know you. I don't know. It was just perfect. It really keeps you hooked till the end. So well done. Now, coming to Avan, I don't know if this is true or not, but this is my observation. You lost a lot of weight in this show. I want to understand, was that a creatively done decision to sort of portray the depth of the misery Oliver was in the show, or was that just coincidence and you look great with or without the weight? Just saying.
Thanks, it's very kind. It was a lot of physical, because we spent a lot of the show with no clothes on, to be fair. So I think a lot of it became just us trying to figure out like how to pull off all these sort of like nudity scenes or naked scenes and make sure that we are like timing it so that we actually remember talking to the schedulers and everyone who's putting together, being like, can we just make it so that like all of the stuff where we're have our shirts off and stuff, it is all in one section. And so so it's a lot of gym. There's a lot of like, figuring it out. But I also think for someone like him, I mean, he's so regimented as a person. So like I don't really believe in like getting into shape for getting into shape's sake. Like it's nice to look good, but I think like a character like Oliver is just desperately trying to do something to keep his mind off of all the other darker things that are in his head. And I also know that people use exercise to sleep. So the idea that he's working out a lot and not eating, because also with insomnia also goes like a desire not to eat, like a lack of appetite. So like all of that was sort of in the intention. So like part vanity, part character, always, actors, it's part vanity, part what the character. I think my guy should be like I don't know, like ripped, like a real, like a hot guy. Is that possible? So
It
anyway,
is. You look hot all the time. You don't have to go to the gym for that. But honestly, I really thought that, because of that, you looked so miserable and it looked so in character. And I was like, wow. Now, just one thing, because you mentioned the intimate scenes, I feel like that can leave actors feeling a little bit vulnerable on set. So where were you on the comfort zone and trust with the director? Like, would you just completely leave it to the director, or would you actually go and see how the take looks on the monitor after it was done? What was it like?
I didn't look at the monitor ever for those
Mm.
scenes because I knew I was going to panic. I knew I was going to be like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't going to be able to perform as well. So we worked a lot with an intimacy coordinator.
Great.
She was incredible. Jen was amazing.
Yeah.
And we were just pretty vocal about this is what I'm
boundaries.
Yeah, just we signed on to do a show like this, so we know what it comes with. But also we would say, if we can have input, can we do less of that? And maybe if you need more, you can do more of that. Because it's like, it really is, it's a team sport, this kind of filming. It really has to be super collaborative and super safe. And then we just were really honest with each other, like, hey, this is what I don't want to show.
Yeah,
or whatever.
And how can you help me not show this or that, and taking care of each other, because it's a lot of it's like very simple.
It's like choreography.
Yeah, it was like stunt choreography. I was gonna say it's like to keep each other safe or whatever from ever feeling too vulnerable.
Yeah.
And so I think we were really collaborative in that.
Yeah,
human people
with bodies and insecurities,
things that we don't like about her.
Yeah, it's fair.
I'm glad you both were heard on set and a team. Now, all the best for the show. I loved it, and I hope it reaches millions of people. And all the best for all the projects that are coming. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I
wanted to do what you did.
I saw that. I thought he was like, yeah, that was cute. I like that.
Thank you.